बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे। परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर। जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा। अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी। कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा। कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे। कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर। राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए। श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे। अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा। नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते। कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा। राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना। लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु। लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि। जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते। सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे। होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना। तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे। तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे। महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा। जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे। मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा। तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे। सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है। प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे। असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता। असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा। सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे। जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई। जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई। हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा। जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई। कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो 7 बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव गुरु चरण सरोज रज, निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी। बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु, जो दायक फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके, सुमिरौ पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि, हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराज, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन, विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर। राम काज करिबे को आतुर, प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया। राम लखन सीता मन बसिया, सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा। विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा, भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे। रामचंद्र के काज सवारे, लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए। श्री रघुबीर हरषि लाए, रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई। तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर है सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असवर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो 7 बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर राम।
Everybody, Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadguru. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. On behalf of the Geeta Pariwar, I extend a warm welcome to all the Geeta sadhakas to today's Vivechan session. We are all indeed blessed to be a part of this divine family. Along with the Geeta recitation classes that teach us proper pronunciation and intonation, the Geeta Vivechan sessions during the weekend help us in understanding the meaning of the shlokas so that we can inculcate the values in our life. Today we are having the interpretation session for the first part of the third adhyaya of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Karma Yoga. As the saying goes, Tena vina trunamapina chalati. So let us start the session with a prayer. Let us surrender completely to the Bhagavan and seek his blessings. To do the Arambha Prarthana, we have Shri P. Ahobalaji with us. Ahobalaji Bhaiya is an accomplished Carnatic music teacher from Hyderabad. He has a master's degree in music, specializing in the musical instrument Veena, and associated with Geeta Pariwar since June 2022. Ahobalaji has completed all 4 levels of guitar learning, and she's doing seva as a technical assistant, techno star. I request Srimati Ahobalaji to do the prayer.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yes.
Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsachanuramardhanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, Ahobala Didiji. Thank you for the beautiful prayer. Thank you so much. Now it is time for Deepa Prajwalan, lighting the lamp. Let us ward off the tamas in and around us with a Jyoti. So Deepa Jyoti Parabrahma, Deepa Jyotir Janardana, Deepo Haratu Me Papam, Deepa Jyotir Namostute. To do the Deepa Prajwalan, we have Srimati Neeti Sharmaji from New Delhi. Neeti Diji is a speech and hearing specialist with a degree from AIMS. She is interested in public speaking and comparing. Associated with Geeta Pariwar since October 2022, she is offering seva as a group coordinator and also as a technical assistant. Neeti ji, I request you to perform Deepa Prajwalan.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणाम् हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदा नुमः.
Thank you, Neeti ji. It was so beautiful, your puja place and also all the spiritual granthas that you have in your puja place. Thank you, Neeti ji, for giving an auspicious beginning to this session. Now, a quick announcement before we get started with the Vivechan session. Seva and sadhana go hand in hand. We can strengthen our own Geeta sadhana by becoming a Geeta Sevi. Thousands of Geeta Sevis are working seamlessly under the guidance of our Parama Pujya Guruji and our core team and thousands of volunteers, the grace of Bhagavan to make this happen. So there are many ways we can contribute to this divine mission. If you want to learn more about Geeta Parivar's Geeta Sevi program and how to become a Sevi, please do tune in to today's session, How to Become a Volunteer, at 8:30 p.m. IST tonight. And you can learn more about the program. Please do tune in. And you would have received all the details in your respective WhatsApp groups. Now it is time for the most awaited part of the session. Our speaker of the day is our respected Shri Vikas Vaidya ji Bhaiya, and he is a versatile individual with a diverse range of talents and interests. Professionally, he works as a mechanical engineer, and he's a owner of an IT company in Pune. In addition to his career, he is an enthusiastic traveler and a polyglot, fluent in several Indian and foreign languages. His spiritual achievements are equally remarkable. As a key member of the Gita Pariwar, he serves as a trainer for all 4 levels and plays a crucial role in the selection and training of other trainers. Moreover, he is a trainer and interpreter of the Vishnu Sahasranama in the Pune branch of Gita Pariwar. Okay, so his spiritual practice on his personal level is also very noteworthy. He has memorized all 18 adhyayas and has earned first prize in the Gita Kantastha Pariksha from Parama Pujya Jagadguru Shankaracharya ji of Sri Sringeri Matha. Impressively, he recites all 18 chapters daily, and it is a routine he has maintained for over 5 years. Looks like my voice may be a little low. I have checked my, sorry, I am speaking in the middle, and I apologize for any, voice, my voice being low. And it is our honor and privilege to welcome Vikas Vaidya ji Bhaiya to today's interpretations session on Karma Yoga. Vikas Bhaiya ji, I request you to enlighten us with your expertise and spiritual wisdom. Over to you, Vikas Bhaiya ji. Thank you, and a warm welcome from all of us. Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण। वसुदेव सुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। जय श्री कृष्ण टू ऑल। स्वामी जी के चरण कमलों में कोटि कोटि नमन करते हुए विल स्टार्ट आवर फर्स्ट सेशन ऑफ 3rd अध्याय कर्म योगा, one of the most important adhyayas of Gita. Now this I will say for every adhyay. So get used to this sentence that this is a very important adhyay. Okay, now let us start. What is there? What is the background of third adhyay? The background of 3rd adhyay is obviously 1st and 2nd adhyay. As we have seen in adhyay 1, Arjuna was very much reluctant. He was very much against taking up the battle, and gave several reasons to Lord Sri Krishna as to how disastrous it will be if we take up this war. And ultimately, we will not gain anything out of this war. This was the conclusion of Arjuna. I don't see anything good happening to us by killing our own people. And then, aho bat mahat papam kartum vyavasita vayam. See, surprising that we have prepared ourselves to kill our own people. And in 2nd adhyaya, Arjuna goes to the extent of saying that Shriyo bhuktum bhakshamapi haloke. I'll prefer to beg and leave my life rather than fighting this war. And at the end, he announces in 2nd adhyaya that Nayod Sita Govinda, I am not going to fight this war. Final decision, I am not going to fight the war. So in adhyaya 2, in some shlokas, Paramatma, that means Lord Sri Krishna, has praised the Jnana Yoga, knowledge, wisdom, and said, Durena Yavarang Karma Buddhi Yoga Dhananjaya. That means Sakam Karma, Arjuna, are very, very inferior to Jnana Yoga, Buddhi Yoga. Tasmad Yoga Yujjasva Yoga Karma Sakaushalam. You learn equanimity of intellect, equanimity of Samata Buddhi, that means Samata Buddhi. Learn the technique of being equanimous for all situations of Sukha, Dukkha, Labh, Hani, Jai, Parajay, all that. Learn that technique. And then you can lead to the path of salvation, liberation. Now, Arjuna picked up this particular shloka and he said, now he is of the opinion that, okay, this is the easier option then. I don't have to take up the war. I need to go to a guru, give him service, render him service, learn some jnana from him, and proceed on my path of liberation, salvation, moksha, whatever you call it. But in some shlokas, Krishna had said good things about Karma Yoga also. So this was confusing for Arjuna. Sometimes Sri Krishna is saying Buddhi Yoga, Jnana Yoga is good. Sometimes he is saying Karma Yoga is good. He went to the extent of telling that with Jnana Yoga, you can attain the salvation, liberation. But then again he comes back on Karma Yoga. So this seesaw situation, Arjuna got confused, thoroughly confused. And then he asked some questions to Lord Krishna in this adhyaya. The first two shlokas are from Arjuna asking such questions. First two shlokas will take together, they are related to each other. So first shloka, Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha, Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, Athat Tridiyodhyayah, Arjuna Uvacha, Jayasi Chet Karmanaste Mata Buddhir Janardana, Tatking Karmani Ghore Man Niyojesi Keshava, Vyamishreneva Vakyena Buddhim Mohayasiva me, Tadekam Vada Nishchitya Yena Shreyoham Apnuyam. So Vyamishreneva. Before that, the first shloka of this adhyaya, Jayasi. Jayasi means better. Karmana. Karmana is sakam karma. Mata is to consider. Buddhi is of course intelligence. Karmani in karma. Ghore. Ghore means ghastly, bad, cruel. Niyojayasi. To get involved, to plan something. So first shloka, Arjuna says, O Janardana, O Keshava, if in your opinion, knowledge, wisdom is superior to karma, superior to action, then why do you want to engage me in this ghastly karma? That means why should I not follow the path of Buddhi Yoga, Jnana Yoga and pursue the path of achieving, obtaining knowledge, wisdom by going to a guru? That path is better, no? Because you have praised Jnana Yoga so much. But on the other side, you want me to take this karma, and that karma also is ghastly karma of killing my own people. So I'm getting confused. And this confusion he expresses in the second shloka. Vyamishraneva vakyena buddhi mohiyasivame tadaikam vada nishchitya yena shreyoham apnuya. Your equivocal language, instructions about karma yoga and buddhi yoga, karma yoga, buddhi yoga is thoroughly confusing me. I am getting confused. Therefore, please tell me decisively with certainty which is the best path for me to follow. You ask your friend, from Pune, I want to go to Mumbai. How do I go? Your friend says, okay, you go to Pune railway station. From there, you get umpteen number of trains for going to Pune, Mumbai. Then, in a moment, he says, or okay, you can do one thing. You can take a cab. You can go by taxi, much faster. Before you respond to him, he says, or why don't you take a flight? It takes only 15-20 minutes to reach Mumbai. You can take flight also. Or why don't you go by that Asiad bus? That is cheaper and better also. So you get thoroughly confused. What exactly I am supposed to do? I have asked for something and you are giving me so many solutions and this is also good, that is also good. You get confused. So same way, Arjuna got confused. He wanted to achieve the best for himself in his life and he wanted to know which path to follow. Now in this case, Lord Sri Krishna in second adhyaya has never said this, which Arjuna has said, that he has said that Jnana Yoga is superior to Karma Yoga and all that. He had given a statement that Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga are two different paths for achieving the same destination. Nothing is inferior, nothing is superior. So Arjuna is asking this question in these first two shlokas to Shri Krishna, that I am confused. At first you said that path of knowledge is the best. Then you said path of Nishkam Karma Yoga is the best. I don't know what to make out of all this. If Nishkam Karma Yoga is so superlative, then why do you praise Jnana Yoga so much? That will lead to Paramgati instantaneously, you say. Now, those of you who have studied Adhyay 2 will remember that Sri Krishna had repeatedly praised Jnana Yoga, saying that it is so great that it destroys the seeds of ignorance in us. After you get the Jnana, your seeds of ignorance get thoroughly destroyed, which means that the mind never gets deluded by this material world anymore. That is the effect of Jnana once you obtain that. Now, Arjuna says to Sri Krishna that if the path of knowledge is so excellent, then why don't you allow me to trade on that path? Why are you asking me to do Nishkam karma instead? And especially when this karma is so dreadful that it means killing of my own friends, own relatives, and my gurus as well. Now we know that Arjuna was of sattvic disposition. He was a thorough gentleman. Sattvic disposition. He had liking for the war at all. And let us understand that he had all the genuine reasons to fight the war against Kauravas. Few of the reasons: repeated attempts had been made to kill him and his brothers. Their rights were consistently denied. His beloved wife Draupadi had been outrageously humiliated, and attempt had been made to disrobe her publicly. He had so many legitimate reasons to fight the war, but still he did not want to fight. This shows how pure mind his was. In contrast, let us introspect where we stand matter. Many people, many of us also included, we never remember the words of wisdom spoken by our own guru. We don't remember them. We listen to them and then we forget about it. But some people, in fact, all of us, we never forget a bad remark which someone had made about us decades ago. 20 years ago, this fellow had called me a Buddhu. You don't understand anything. That you remember even for 20 years. But the good words of wisdom spoken by your own guru, you don't remember. So if you are constantly looking for reasons to get disturbed, agitated, and angry, then who can help you? Such an individual will always be upset about something or the other. But as I said, did Krishna really say in Adhyay 2 that the path of knowledge was superior to Nishkam karma yoga? This is an important point which we'll discuss in the next few shlokas of this Adhyay. See, you hear what you want to hear. This is the psychology of human beings. You hear what you want to hear and not what has been actually said. You become an expert in deriving the meaning which you want from whatever has been spoken by others. You draw your own meanings convenient to you. Others may be speaking anything, but you draw whatever is convenient for you. If you are angry with someone, everything that person does will make you angry. Then let it be how he talks, how he walks, how he eats, everything about him will make you angry. Because you already decided to be angry with him. Arjuna had already decided not to take up the war. So he took up the meaning, what he wanted to draw from Sri Krishna shlokas. On the contrary, if you are fond of someone, then you are not upset with him or her, even if he or she misbehaves with you. This is the part of human psychology. Arjuna says, if the path of knowledge is so excellent, then let me follow this path, meditate and get established in the divine. Why do you ask me to fight? Why are you asking me to commit such a horrific karma? Arjuna had said earlier also that he was confused. Now he says, yeah, I am more confused. Earlier also he was confused. Now he is more confused. He is requesting Krishna to decide what is appropriate for him once and for all, and tell him decisively what is in his best interest, what he should do. So these are the first two shlokas. Let us proceed on to third shloka, which Paramatma is replying to Arjuna's two questions. Third shloka, Śrī-Bhagavānuvaca Lokesmin vividha nishtha pura prokta maya nagha jnana yogena sankhyanam karma yogena yoginam. Loke. Loke means in this world, asmin. Asmin is this. Dvividha. Dvividha is two types. Pura. Pura is in the past, earlier. Prokta is to say. Anagha. Anagha is someone sinless. Nishpap. Arjuna has been called Nishpap. Anagha. Jnana yogena. By following the process of knowledge. Jnana yoga. Sankhyanam. The Jnana yogi. Karma yogena. The process of karma yoga. Yoginam. Of the karma yogi. So Arjuna had asked the question in first two shlokas. Paramatma is replying, Arjuna, I have already explained that there are two kinds of men. That is two classes of thoughts, two classes of men in this world. Some having faith in knowledge, follow the path of Jnana Yoga for self-realization, and some having faith in karma, follow the path of Karma Yoga. As simple as that. So this is the reply from Lord Krishna to Arjuna's question, that both are leading you to the same destination of self-realization. Nothing superior, nothing inferior. Lord says there are only two paths one can follow, and he says he is not saying anything new. Jnanis have already said the same thing in the past, Pura. The path of knowledge is followed by Jnanis, and the path of Nishkam Karma Yoga is followed by Karma Yogis. What is the difference? In Karma Yoga, there is predominance of Kshara, that means perishable, the world around us. That is the dominance of that. While in Jnana Yoga, there is predominance of Akshara, that means the embodied soul or the imperishable. This is the difference between Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. Karmas are done for the world, Jnana is attained for the embodied soul or the Paramatma. Krishna says, those who have the right to perform Jnana Yoga should follow that. And those having right to perform Karma Yoga should follow Karma Yoga. Only one specific path will lead you to Supreme Paramgati. God doesn't insist like this. God doesn't insist that you follow only Karma Yoga, you follow only Jnana Yoga, not insisting on anything. As per our samskars of past lives, those who are intelligent in Adhyatma, those who have the requisite inquisitiveness about soul, about the super soul, about the Jivatma and about Paramatma, they are destined to follow the Jnana Yoga. Adhyaya 6 says how our next lives also take us on the same path which we were treading on our earlier life. We start from the point from where we left. So you had earned some Jnana in your earlier life. You start treading on that path from the point where you left in your earlier life. So those are the samskars. Those are your past karmas. Now they are destined to follow the Jnana Yoga. Those who have this kind of samskars of Jnana. But those who do not carry such samskars, those who cannot easily understand the Tattva Jnana of Paramatma, but even then they have the desire to attain that Atma Jnana, self-realization. For them, God says, Karma Yoga is the path. Now, karma may appear inferior to Jnana, but common people need to follow Karma Yoga path only. You see, crossing the river is not difficult for one who knows the swimming. But one who does not know swimming, for him, he has to first do the karma of learning swimming. If he jumps directly into the water without learning, without doing the karma of learning, you know what will happen to him. So, doing some karma is essential before you even think of Jnana. Sankhya Yogi, Jnana Yogi, his main focus is to remain cut off, aloof from the material world and constantly practice sacrificing the needs. That is called Jnana Nishtha. To remain cut off, aloof from the material world and to constantly practice sacrificing the needs, sacrificing the kamanas, desires, requirements. This is called Jnana Nishtha. Pursuing the path of Jnana, neglecting the path of karma. And karma nishtha involves Nishkam karma, that means Vasana Rahit karma. While performing prescribed duties of, say, your job or business, and simultaneously practicing detachment from the worldly attachment is Karma Yoga. You continue to do your daily routine work, but while doing that work, keep practicing detachment from the worldly attachment. That is the name of Karma Yoga. God is referring to these two nishtha in this shloka, Karma nishtha and Jnana nishtha. By the way, nishtha means the path that leads you to liberation, salvation, or moksha, whatever you call it. So karma also takes you there, and jnana also takes you there. We go to first shloka. न कर्मणामनारंभा नैष्कर्म्यं पुरुषोष्णुते न च सन्न्यसनादेव सिद्धिं समधिगच्छति. No, not. Karmanam, your prescribed duties, kartavya karma, anarambhat, without making the beginning. Ashtute, ashtute means to eat, but here the meaning is to achieve, to experience. Naishkarmyam, freedom from return or reward of karma. That is the Naishkarmya sthiti. Meaning you don't expect anything from your karmas. Sannyasanat, by giving up, by relinquishing, or by renunciation, whatever you call it. Siddhim, the success, the perfection. Samadhi to attain. So Paramatma says, Na karmana manarambha naishkarvyam purushoshtate nacha sannyasanā deva siddhim samadhi gacchati. Unless a man makes the beginning of action, he cannot experience, he cannot achieve Nishkam karma. Action without expectation or return or reward is called Nishkam karma. And by merely giving up or renunciation of karma, that means action, he cannot attain param gati or perfection or siddhi. Now, when does the karma start? In our life, when does the karma start? Right from the birth. In fact, to be precise, it starts right from the child, when the child is in the mother's womb. A 3-month-old fetus moves his limbs and turns in the womb as if he is dancing. So karma starts right when you are in the womb of your mother. It blinks its eyes, moves his limbs, and even sucks his thumb. So even before the baby is born, the karma has already commenced, right in the mother's womb. It may sound strange, but the process is do the karma and then intelligently, quietly come out of it. Means you put your hand in the mud and then clean it. Arjuna's question is just that. Why should I put my hand in this ghastly karma of war? It is a mud. Why should I put my hand in that mud of ghastly karma? Sri Krishna says, unless you perform your prescribed karma, you don't get qualified for Jnana Nishtha. All the happenings in life making us frequently happy and unhappy, distressed, they are merely coming in life to test us and to train us. Our journey in Jnana Nishtha depends on how we perform while performing our prescribed duty and how we respond to conflicting situations of Sukha Dukkha. And this is Adhyatma. This is Adhyatma. Running away from your duty does not fit in the definition of Adhyatma. You see, the flow of river has to travel a long distance for attaining or becoming one with the sea. Similarly, for attaining Jnana, you have to take the support of Karma Yoga. You can attain Jnana Nishtha after Karma Nishtha. Path of Jnana is of course very tough, difficult, depends on your past sanskars as well, and common people cannot tread on this path so very easily. And while doing karma, one has to take one care. If you remove the 2 poisonous teeth while doing karma, which are the 2 poisonous teeth? Imagine it's a snake. Karma is a snake. It has 2 poisonous teeth. What are their names? Karma phala asakti, that means return reward expectation, and kartutva bhiman, the false pride of doership. If you remove these 2 poisonous teeth, then such karmas do not create bondage and do not create obstacles in your path of moksha. So keep treading on the path of karma yoga by removing these two poisonous teeth, and then you don't get bondage because of your karma, and nobody can stop your journey on the path of moksha. Now, performing prescribed duties means marching ahead on the path of moksha. Like the lotus that blossoms in the mud, similarly, remaining on the path of karma, that is mud, one needs to parallelly develop that Jnana Nishtha, that lotus. It may be mud, you may think this world of karma is a mud, but you have to still live with that. In mud, that lotus of Jnana Nishtha, it comes out. The mud does not spoil the lotus. Similarly, the karmas that we do not make the Gyan inferior. The Gyan remains of its top quality only. Moreover, unless you do karma and experience the resulting sukha and dukkha, favorable, unfavorable, happiness, unhappiness, these contradicting situations, unless you face that, which you face only after doing karma, how will you know that you have remained equipoised in all situations? As I said, all these incidences of happiness and unhappiness, sadness come in our life to train us, to test us. So how can you test yourself if you don't do the karma? That you remain equipoised in all contradicting situations. That is why doing karma is a self-test as well. Okay, we go to the next shloka now, fifth shloka. Nahi kaschit kshanamapi jatu tishthatya karma krut karyate yavashah karma sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Nahi kaschit, anyone. Kshanam, kshanam is the moment. Jatu, in any condition at any time. Jatu, tishtati, to remain. Akarmakrut, akarmakrut, without doing some action, without doing some karma. Karyate, gets the action done. Karyate. Avasha, helplessly or controlled by the nature. Prakriti. Sarva prakriti jair gunaihi. Sarva is all. Prakriti jai. Prakriti jai means born out of prakriti, born out of nature. Gunai, the gunas of prakriti, which are namely sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. Mode of goodness, mode of passion, and mode of inertia or mode of ignorance. That is tamoguna. So Paramatma says in this shloka, no one in any condition at any time can remain without doing any karma. No one. Because everyone is forced to helplessly follow the three gunas of prakriti, sattva, rajotamo, of the nature and act according to their dominance at given time. Sometimes you are in a good mood, sattvic mood, you do sattvic karma, your mood changes, you want to enjoy the life, you want to enter into sense gratification, you become rajasi, you perform rajasi karma, then tamasi also, maybe again come back to sattvic. So this activity chain continues throughout the life. Paramatma says, he's telling the simple truth that you cannot refrain from doing action even for a moment. You cannot relinquish, renounce actions. Not possible. We are all born due to some action of our parents. So when the body itself is born out of some action, then can any person even think that he will remain inactive? Your body itself is a result of action. So how can you say that I will remain inactive? It's impractical. In this shloka, God is saying that Prakriti's three gunas, Sattva, Rajotamo, are responsible for functioning of your body. What is the body anyway? It is nothing but the gross counterpart of your mind. It is the perceptible material form of your mind. Mind is imperceptible, body is perceptible. But it is the material form of your own mind. And what is mind? It is the imperceptible, subtle form of your own body. That is why all that is present in your mind gets reflected in your body. Your body, your face clearly mirrors the anger, the lethargy, the lust, and the greed present in your mind. People can read your face and tell what kind of person you are, because your body is showing your mind. Your body is showing your mind. Furthermore, your face also indicates sometimes the lack of your intelligence. You listen to some great scholar, you show outwardly that yes, I am understanding everything, but your face shows that you are not understanding much of it. However hard you may try to cover it up, but your face will speak the truth that you are not understanding much of it. So, body is showing the mind. Body is the perceptible form of your own mind. Try it sometime. This is a mind game sort of. When you are feeling low or gloomy, someday we do feel like that. Either do some aerobic exercises or do some Surya Namaskar very swiftly. If you don't know Surya Namaskar or if you don't know aerobic exercise, just dance to some fast beat of music. Within minutes, you will feel better and your mood will improve due to the released happy chemicals called endorphins from your own body. You are taking action and curing yourself. The cure lies within you. If you sit idle, that cure will not happen. You want to cure your low or gloomy mood, dance. Cure yourself. Within minutes, you will feel better and your mood will also improve due to that release of happy chemicals which is there in your own body. The children, therefore, they are always happy because they are always active. Moving hand like this, dancing here, laughing unnecessarily, they are always active. That's why they are happy. We, with long face, keep talking serious things without action. So we are not so happy all the time. Our mind and body are born from Prakriti only. And due to effect of Prakriti's three gunas, Sattva, Rajo, Tamo, activities will keep on occurring in your body and in your mind. You cannot simply prevent these actions. So, nahi kashtit kshamopi jatudishtakta karma par karite yavashak karma sarva prakriti jairgunai. It is all Prakriti, it is all nature. Okay, we go to next shloka now, sixth one. Paramatma says, Karmendriyani sayyamya yaste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyacharasa uchyate. When I started learning Bhagavad Gita, this was the shlok when I read. I realized that Bhagavad Gita is not something which is only for scholars. It is not a theoretical exercise. It's a practical guide on how to live the life. This is a slap on our face, this shloka. Karmendriyani sayyamya ya aste manasa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyacharasa uchyate. Karmendriyani, all the senses, working senses as well as knowledge senses, Jnanendriya as well as Karmendriya. Our speech, our hand, our foot, everything, ear, skin, eye, taste, whatever, all indriyas. Sayyamya, controlling. Aste, to remain. Manasa, by the mind. Smaran, smaran is to do smaran, that means to think of. Indriyarthan, indriyartha is the sense objects. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. Sound, touch, form, taste, and smell. These are the sense objects of our senses. Mithyachar, cheating, uchyate, is called. So Paramatma says in this shloka that one who restrains, controls his senses forcefully and keep them away from their respective sense objects. You force your eyes not to see something. You force your ears not to hear something. You force your tongue not to taste something. This is forcing the indriyas and keeping them away from their sense objects. So people are successful in doing it, forcefully of course, but they keep thinking about those very subjects mentally which they have avoided their senses to go to. Paramatma says, Such a person is fooling himself and he is trying to fool me also. This is mithyachar. This is hypocrisy. This is mithyachar. I don't accept it. Paramatma doesn't like outward change in you. You show that I am doing upvasa and you are thinking of eating. Paramatma doesn't like it. So whatever you are, you have to be doing it mentally as well. Mano nigraha is as important as indriya nigraha. Paramatma says, I tell you my example. I decided one day that from next Thursday, I will start doing upvasa. Throughout the day, I will not eat anything. And then I told my wife, from next Thursday, I will be doing upvasa, fasting. I will not eat anything throughout the day. Only in the evening at 7 o'clock, after sunset, I will eat something. Okay, wife said to me. Every wife knows her husband very well. She knows whether this guy can do it or he cannot do it. But she said, okay, you do it. Thursday came, early morning, I announced, today is my upvas fasting day. I am not going to eat. Okay, fine. 9 o'clock, everybody is at the breakfast table. I am not there because I am fasting. Very good. 10, 11, 12, 1. Everybody is on the dining table, taking the lunch. I am not there. I am just watching. People are eating. I am watching. I am feeling very, very hungry. But I cannot eat because I have already announced I am fasting. 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, I tell my wife, I am going to feel extremely hungry by 7 o'clock. I am feeling hungry, in fact, now also. So, at 5 o'clock, you should go to the sweet mart near our house, that Vaibhav Sweets. Go to him at 5 o'clock. He fries jalebis in pure ghee. Get half kg of those jalebis. And at the same time, get half a dozen of kachori samosas also for me. I will be feeling very hungry and I want to eat all that. 3 o'clock, I remind my wife. You remember, no? You have to go to that sweet mart? Yes. 4 o'clock, I remind. And when it is 5 o'clock, I almost shout at my wife, saying, oh my God, it is already 5 o'clock. You have not gone to that sweet mart. You should go there now. Everything will get exhausted if you don't go now. I will be feeling very hungry and I want all those items. So when I say this to my wife, I must have realized, which I did not, unfortunately, that externally, forcefully, I have restrained my tongue from eating. I have not eaten anything, honestly. From morning till evening, that time, I have not eaten anything. But mentally, I am always eating. I have eaten half kgs of jalebis. I have eaten half a dozen samosas and kachoris. So mentally, I am not doing fasting. Paramatma says, this is mithyachar, hypocrite. You are fooling yourself and you are trying to fool me also. So a man of foolish understanding who cannot distinguish real from unreal, he restrains his senses forcibly from running after the sense objects. Sense objects are sound, touch, form, taste and smell. Shabda, sparsha, rupa, rasa, gandha. But mentally, he thinks of objects of enjoyment with his mind and assumes that he is doing nothing. He is actionless. Such a person is called a hypocrite. According to Gita, actions of body, speech and mind are all karmas. 18th Adhyaya says, Sharira vang mano viryat karma prarabdhe nara. Sharir, vak means your vani, your speech and mind. Anything happening, any kriya happening in any of these three is called karma. So no point in saying that I did not do anything, I just thought about doing it. You thought about it now, your thought is considered as karma. I have only spoken about it, I did not do anything. You're talking about it is your karma. So this is the lesson we get, and this is a wonderful shloka. I fell in love with Bhagavad-Gītā when I read this shloka first. That yes, this is the real teaching for human beings how to live the life. This is a lesson. That day onwards, if I do fasting on say Ekadashi day, I never think of eating. So the lessons we have to learn from Bhagavad-Gītā are like this. Bhagavad-Gītā is not something which is beyond understanding. You have to understand and draw meaning that is there for you to follow in your day-to-day life. Complexities, forget about complexities. There are no complexities, honestly. But every shloka you read of Bhagavad Gita, it gives you some lesson. If we try to follow at least 2, 3, 5 shlokas of Bhagavad Gita, our life will change. So, the worldly pleasures which can be enjoyed externally can as well be enjoyed internally, mentally, I mean. As external pleasures, when we enjoy, they leave their influence on our mind and body, both. Similarly, the internal pleasures which we are enjoying in our mind only, they also leave some signs of influence on our mind and body as well. External pleasures can be controlled, restrained by discrimination, by our Vivek Buddhi. It is not correct. Don't look at this like that. Or thinking of the adverse social consequences. What will happen if I really do this? Or to maintain the social decorum. For example, in a gathering of people, there is one beautiful lady, you are looking at her constantly. Then you realize this is not a good social practice to look at women like this. You restrain yourself. And then you tell yourself, see, I have controlled myself. I'm not looking at her anymore. Arey bhai, but mentally you are thinking about it. No, what about that? So Paramatma calls it as a mithyachar. And in having internal pleasures, there is no obstacle, there is no social stigma, no social decorum involved. If you think mentally, how other people will know what you are thinking mentally? So there is no social decorum involved, no restriction at all on what you think. So a person who goes on enjoying these pleasures with his mind and develops a false pride that he has removed these pleasures. He is not. Mentally, he is involved in it. Thus, the internal pleasures, they prove more fatal than the external pleasures. External pleasures, he has to give up now or after some time. Internal pleasures, there is no time limit, there is no restriction, no obstacle. Therefore, the person should very carefully restrain his mind from thinking of objects of enjoyment. Paramatma says, if you do it, it is a mithyachar. I don't like it. Okay, we go to 7th shloka now. Yastvindriyani manasa niyamya arabhatirjuna karmendriyah karma yogam asaktasya vishishyate. Ya means the sarvanam in Sanskrit. Ya means one who, indriyani, the senses, manasa, by the mind, niyamya, to regulate, to restrain, to control, arabhate, to begin, to start, karmendriya, our active senses, karma yogam, the devotion of karma yoga, asakta, that means without attachment, vishishyate, by far the better, the superior. So Paramatma says, on the other hand, one, the sincere person who controls, regulates, restrains his senses through his mind and begins his karma yoga through them, through these very senses, without keeping any expectations of returns or rewards. That means he enters into Nishkam karma yoga, he is by far the superior. Earlier shloka says, Karmendriyane sayyamya aste mansa smaran indriyarthan vimudhatma mithyachara sauchyate. In this shloka, Paramatma shows the power of mind. If mentally you can restrain your senses, then you can enter into karma yoga. So if a striver, a person he is eager to get salvation, moksha, then first thing is he should have that strong desire in him, eagerness for salvation or moksha. Then there is generosity in his nature to help others. And there is compassion in his heart. That means he gets happy with the happiness of others and he becomes sad with suffering of others. This latter is difficult. We can become happy with others' happiness, but rather the other way, we can become sad in others' sufferings. If somebody is suffering, we can become sad. Okay, we express our sympathies for him. But when others are happy, are we genuinely happy? My neighbor has bought a car, I don't have. my neighbor has got second house, I don't have. His happiness may make you unhappy. But this yogi who is striving for salvation, moksha, he has to be generous in his thinking. There should be compassion in his heart. That means he gets happy with the happiness of others and becomes sad with the suffering of others. So a striver having these three traits, which three traits? Eagerness for salvation or moksha, generosity in the nature, and compassion in the heart. If he has these three attributes, he becomes eligible for karma yoga. He can easily practice karma yoga with these three traits in his life. In karma yoga, there is one division of karma and another division of yoga. Yoga means connection. Proper utilization of one's things, capabilities like power, position, ability, and rendering service to the people. This is the duty part, the karma part. You are doing karma for the people surrounding you, for the world. And by discharging one's duties, there is disunion, that means disconnection from the assumed union with the material world. You are not working for yourself. You are not working for yourself. You are working with Nishkam buddhi, Nishkam intellect for others. When you work for others, your interest in that increases more, and then you get detached from the world. If you work with selfish intent, then you are more and more involved with the material world. But when you have no selfish intent, that means you are trying to disconnect yourself from the material world. This is called yoga. So this disconnection from the assumed union with the material world is the yoga part of karma yoga. Duty, that means karma that we do, has its relation with the world, and yoga is having relation with the God. Karma, keep doing it for the world. By doing that with Nishkam intellect, you get connected with the Paramatma. So karma and yoga, two sides, two divisions of the same karma yoga. Okay, we go to next shloka, 8th shloka now. Niyatang kuru karmatvam karmajyayoya karmanaha sharirayatra pichate na prasiddheda karmanaha. Paramatma says further that you engage yourself in performing the duties described in our Vedas, in our Shastras, by our Gurus, because doing so is better than doing nothing. Akarmana. Akarmana is doing nothing. Doing these karmas which are prescribed for you is always better than doing nothing. One cannot even maintain his body if it doesn't work. Sharira yatra. Sharira yatra is to maintain the body. You cannot attain that siddhi of maintaining Sharira yatra also if you don't work, if you don't act. See, we keep doing karma time and again. The Lord says here to Arjuna that perform your prescribed duty as sanctioned by Vedas, by your Gurus, by the society, and you are a Kshatriya. Then fulfill the duty of a Kshatriya. Why? Because doing so is better than doing nothing. See, one set of karma known as Vidhayak karma, prescribed duty. This Vidhayak karma or prescribed duty are those which are sanctioned by the scriptures. In all the roles that we play in our day-to-day life, father, brother, husband, neighbor, co-worker, each role has a prescribed set of duties. These are our Vidhayak karma, which we need to do, we should do. As a father, we have to take care of our children. As a husband, you have to take care of your wife. As a son, you have to take care of your parents. So these roles define your prescribed duties. And you have to perform those prescribed duties which are sanctioned by scriptures, by Vedas, by society, by your Gurus, everyone. Then there is another set of karma which are known as Nishiddha karma, which are deplored, that is banned by scriptures. Don't do this. Don't do this. That category of work, karma. This has been banned by scriptures, Vedas, by Gurus, and by society as well. We will not speak more about those Nishiddha karma. Everyone knows what those Nishiddha karmas are. And there is third type of karma, that is called akarma, which we will discuss in the coming shlokas of this adhyaya. So there is karma, which is sakam karma, there is vidhayak karma, and there is akarma, and Nishiddha karma, of course. So these are the types of karmas which we'll discuss in the forthcoming shlokas of this adhyaya. Paramatma says, stop yourself from doing Nishiddha karma by using your intellect and by using your discriminative wisdom. Discriminative wisdom is your Vivek Buddhi. And do the Vidhayak karma. For example, serving your elders, waking up early in the morning, doing some meditation, offering prayers to the God, doing some japa, tapa or meditation, doing some kind of charity, helping the sick people, showing kindness to everyone. These are the Vidhayak karmas. On the contrary, actions which are motivated by our greed and our lust, our strong desires, like eyeing the property of somebody else, looking at somebody's wealth and trying to think how I can grab that, stealing, killing, misbehavior with women, these are all Nishiddha karmas. Lying, jhoot bolna, that lying is also a Nishiddha karma. But now people find it very difficult to refrain from lying. They will say, wo to mushkil hai, I cannot do that. At times I have to do, jhoot bolna padta hai, kya kare? But this is also Nishiddha karma. And hypocrisy, the dambha, that means what you are not showing that. What you are not, that you are showing. So this is also a Nishiddha karma. In short, do what ought to be done and refrain from doing that which should not be done. Use this Viveka Buddhi throughout your life. If you follow this small prescription, then you will lead your life in the best possible way. Do what you have to do. Don't do what you don't have to do. Simple. So this is the message of this shloka. We go to next shloka now. Yajñārthāt karmano anyatra lokoyam karma bandhanaha tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangas samachara. Yajñārthāt, only for yajna. Bhagavad-gītā says yajna means your kartavya karma. Yajna means not only burning the fire and offering some material in that like til or ghee and all that. That is one kind of yajna. But Bhagavad-gītā interprets yajna as your karma, your kartavya karma, your prescribed duties. Karmana, other than work. Anyatra, anyatra is other work. Ayam, this karma bandhana, the bondage that your karma puts on you. Tadartham, for that yajna, Kaunteya, of course, Kunti Putra Arjuna, Mukta Sangha, free from attachment. Mukta Sangha, Samachara, do it nicely, perfectly. So Paramatma says that, you see, yajna in Gita, as I said, is your prescribed duty. Like serving your parents is a yajna. Taking care of sick neighbors is a yajna. We keep performing such yajnas day in and day out, every day. All vidhayak karma happening through our body is yajna. Lighting fire and offering some items like I said, til or ghee in that fire is not the only meaning of yajna. Your entire life is a yajna, and this entire world is a yajna. And in this yajna of world, your karma is your sacrificial offering. World is a yajna, your karmas is a offering in that yajna, like you offer til or ghee in that fire of yajna. Your karmas, your offering in the yajna of this world. God says, one who regards his entire life as yajna and keeps offering his karmas in that yajna without return reward expectation, then all his actions will keep him unbonded. Karma other than your vidhayak karma will put you on the bondage. It will put a bondage on you. Yajñārthāt karmano anyatra. Your yajñārthāt, your kartavya karma, other than kartavya karma, will put a bondage on you. Karma bandhana. And coming to think of it, what is mind? Neither the body, nor the mind, nor the people related to this body are mine, neither the earth, nor the sky, neither the five sense objects of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, they are mine, nor the three gunas, Sattva, Rajatamo, are mine. This is all Prakritis, this is all nature. Or the gods. Prakriti is also a form of God only. Everything belongs to the Almighty God. Such a person who thus sees his life as a yajna, and he considers his life as a gift received from Paramatma, from the God, he remains unattached and unbonded, Paramatma says. When nothing belongs to me, as we discussed, nothing belongs to me, what will I be attached to? Nothing belongs to me, body is not mine, mind is not mine, nothing is mine. So what will I get attached to? You can only be attached to something which you regard as yours. When the body, mind and this entire world belongs to Lord, to the God, what can I be then attached to? This is the question. It is His grace, God's grace, that He has allowed you to enjoy His divine play. And He has given you a role in His play which He has transcribed. It is scripted by Him, and that play which is scripted by Him, you have been given a role. What more do you want? Paramatma has given you a role in His script. We should be thankful to Paramatma for selecting us to give that role. So whatever role we are following in our day-to-day life, like I said, husband, father, friend, whatever, we assume that it is given to me by Paramatma. So enjoy this role given to you by Paramatma and enjoy this transcendental play being played by Paramatma for the entire humanity. Okay, we go to next shloka now. Sayajna praja sratva purovacha prajapatihi anena prasavishyadvam eshavo stvishtakam adhup. This is the 10th shloka. 10th and 11th are slightly interrelated, so we'll take both the shlokas. Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu vaha parasparam bhavayanta shreya paramavapsyato. Paramatma says Sahayajna. That means explaining the prescribed duties, making the bylaws of how to live the life. Praja means human beings. Sruštva means to create, creating. Pura means in the past, in the beginning of this world. Vacha is to say Prajapati means Brahmadev, who created this universe. Prasavishyadvam, make all more and more prosperous. Let everybody prosper. So this shloka says, 10th shloka particularly says, in the beginning, while creating this universe, Prajapati Brahmadevji, he explained the kartavya karma, that means the prescribed duties, that is yajna, what we call just now, to all the living beings, mainly to the human beings, of course, and said to them that by performing their duties, that means by performing yajna, you help all prospering more and more. So let this yajna, that means performance of your prescribed duty, bestow upon you everything that you desire. And in the next shloka, Paramatma said, Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantuha parasparam bhavayanta shreya paramopsita. By performing yajna, that means your prescribed duty towards the demigods, Devan, you assist elevation, prosperity of those demigods, and then those demigods in reciprocation will help you in your prosperity. And by such mutual cooperation, Parasparam Bhavayanta is mutual cooperation between demigods and human beings, prosperity will be achieved by all. Wonderful shloka this. Prosperity can come through mutual cooperation only. So man alone is qualified to perform new creative actions, while the 84 lakh unis, life of demigods, the life of those residing in the hell, Narak, are the lives to pay for or to reap the fruits of their past karmas. Only human beings are qualified to perform new creative actions. Brahmadeva, while creating this universe, has made clear. What he has made clear? The bylaws drafted for gods and human beings. What are the prescribed duties of human beings? What are the prescribed duties of the demigods? Human beings are to perform their duties toward gods, and the gods have to perform their duties towards the human beings. Parasparam bhavayanta. Human life is only for attaining salvation and moksha. For salvation, no new work needs to be done, but whatever work the man does, if he does it for welfare of others, not for welfare of self, but for welfare of others, by relinquishing the selfishness, by relinquishing the egoism, by relinquishing the desire for karma phala, that means fruits of the karma, then it will lead him on the path of salvation. That is what Paramatma says. As Brahmadev has told gods and men to do good to each other in a selfless spirit through performance of their prescribed duties, similarly, it should be interpreted from this shloka that people of all four varnas, Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, that means the entire population, should do good to each other. If they discharge their duties for welfare of others, they will be also on the path of salvation. Brahmadeva created this universe in the manner that there is nothing. Nothing is nothing. No object, no action is there for one's own self. Everything is there for the others. This is the lesson of life Brahmadeva has given to us when he created the universe. That no object and no action in this world is for you as a self. It is for the others. This we'll discuss in the forthcoming shlokas again. Imagine this universe as a housing society. We live in housing societies. So this universe is a housing society which has given you a place to live. Brahmadeva is the chairman of the society. He has given you a place to live in his universe, in his society. He has made some bylaws of the society, as we normally make bylaws. Brahmadeva has made the bylaws of this universe as a housing society. Follow the society bylaws and enjoy your stay in this society of Paramatma, universe. This is the meaning of these two shlokas in short. I think we should stop here. We'll take the remaining shlokas in the next sessions. Jai Shri Krishna to all. Thanks for listening. Now the forum is open for you all to raise your questions. We'll try our best to give the replies. Thank you so much again. Jai Shri Krishna.
Thank you, Vikas ji, Bhaiya ji, for this insightful session. We are truly fortunate to have you as our Vivechak, and we are truly grateful to you, Bhaiya ji. And just a quick announcement before we take the question and answer session of the from the sadhakas. Seva and sadhana, as I mentioned earlier, go hand in hand. So we can strengthen our own Gita sadhana by becoming a Gita Sevi. So as you might have observed, there are thousands of Gita Sevis who are working seamlessly under the guidance of our Parama Pujya Guruji, our core team, and the grace of Bhagavan to make this happen. There are many ways you can contribute as a trainer, mentor, GC, TA, and a batch coordinator, many ways. Okay, content creator, and many, just to name a few. So in case if you want to become a Gita Sevi and you want to learn how to become one, please do tune into today's session at 8:30 p.m. IST, and you can learn more about the Gita Sevi program. Now it is time for a question and answer. And to answer your questions, we have Geeta Pravina, Geeta Vrati, and Geeta Vichakshana, and also Advaita Vedanta Acharya, our respected Kavita Verma ji Didi with us. Please, we request all our Gita sadhakas to use the raise hand option in the Zoom meeting and turn on your video, and our respected Kavita Didi will answer your question. Thank you. Jai Shri Krishna, Kavita Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna. Respected Vikas Bhaiya was not able to join for the question answer session. So if you have any question regarding to the shlokas, you can ask here, and next time maybe he can join. So he'll give you the answers. Okay.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Umaji.
Nice to see you again. And I have a question. Bhaiya, he gave two things. Like, there is two venom, the poisonous things. One is the doership. Another one he said, so if you remove that by doing the action, then we will be free from the bondage. So can you repeat that one, Didi? That is the first question for me. One is
doership, means the kartapan. So the person who thinks that I am karta, I am doing something. So that is something which will bind us with the sansar. And another thing, but another maybe it can be like mamatva. So when we have mindness, this is my. One is I am doing something, or this is called I-ness, ahankar bhav. And another is mamata, mamatva, mamakar bhav. When we say it is mine, but we have to say idanna mama, it is not mine. So these two things.
Just two things. Okay, one more thing. In Karma Yoga, full Karma Yoga, I think Bhagavan, he is giving the message like do everything as a yoga. Like, you do the yajna and you just proceed with that, all your actions. Even now, Bhaiya also, he explained very beautifully. Itself, it's a sacrifice, what you're doing for your role. But Didi, without having a result, actually it will be very difficult when we are preparing for the exam. Even the Jignasa exam, I have written my number, I have to get 96. So how we can practice?
Have to set our goals. We have to set our goals. Like if we are doing Jigyasu exam, we are giving exam, we can set our goal like let's say 96 or 98 or 100 out of 100. But we should not get attached with the result. If result is not according to our expectation, then also we can be happy. We are not disturbed after getting result which is not according to our expectation. Then also if we can be happy, that is the meaning of yoga. We have to take some lakshya or aim, but still if it is not fulfilled, then also we are peaceful, we are happy.
So that is what he said, like, Sarvam, we have to accept like Ishvara Prasadaha. Either it is 96 or 94, I have to be remain happy.
Correct.
Dhanyavadaha, Didi. Dhanyavadaha. I'm preparing for that. Dhanyavadaha. Bye.
Didi,
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi. It is so nice, you are like a blooming flower, the beautiful flower like that. We feel so happy seeing you and Rupam, Didi. When you answer questions or when you are taking pravachan, it is all God's gift. So now my question to you is, when Bhaiya was speaking, he was telling be a karma yogi and a jnana yogi. Karma yogi and a jnana yogi. He told that karma yogi starts from when you are in the womb itself. From the third month, it starts when the baby is kicking in the stomach, in the womb of the mother. So my question to you specifically is, at what point of time in my life I can discard karma yoga and become a jnana yogi? Can I say, means, see, I am nobody to criticize. For example only I am telling, I am nobody to criticize Prime Minister. He got married. He Sahadharmacharani, he did not do any justice to his wife. No, she is still unmarried. So discarding that karma yoga and you become a jnana yoga and you are serving people, how far that is correct? So I am there, I am doing my karma. At what point of time, when my children are settled, can I walk out? Many sannyasis, they just walk out. So it is very confusing, or it is a little bit clarity is required.
So karma yoga is not getting so like if you are taking the example of Prime Minister ji, he is also not the Gyan Yogi. Gyan Yogi, when we are talking about according to Geeta, Gyan Yogi, the perfect example can be the Jad Bharat. Jad Bharat or Ramakrishna Paramhans. Even the Vivekanand ji was not completely Gyan Yogi. In the end, he became like that, but before that, he was not Gyan Yogi. What is Karma Yogi? Karma Yogi doing the karma and not attaching with the result. That is Karma Yoga. Gyan Yoga, we have two types of sannyas. In 18th chapter also, Arjun will ask, what is the difference between sannyas and tyag? So, kamyanam karmanam nyasam sannyasam kavayo vidhu. So all the kamya karma, when we have some desires. So karma which we are doing for our desires, when we renounce those karma, that is called sannyas. And tyag is sarva karma phala tyagan rahus tyagah vichakshana. So when we are renouncing all the karma phala, any kind of karma phala, only we are doing yajna, dan, tap for our body, because we nahi deha vrata shakyam taktum karma nisheshata. If we have body, we cannot live without doing anything. So for just for body, sharir nirvahartham, just for the survival of our body, we are doing certain karma, but we are not attached with anything. In karma yoga we are doing karma, and we have somehow we are connected with Bhagwan. But in Jnana yogi sthiti, we are even not connected with Bhagwan, because we think I am Brahma, aham brahmasmi. So that is the stage of Jnana yogi. So even Jnana yogi people you cannot see easily. They will never exist, because if one person has realization I am Brahma, this and Brahma with Brahmaiva hoti, according to Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. So person who realizes that he is Brahman, he becomes that. He becomes one with the Brahman. So you cannot recognize whether he is Jnana yogi or Karma yogi. So first thing, Jnana, we have two types of sannyas. One is vidusha sannyas, another is avidusha sannyas. So person who have knowledge of Brahman, that is another sannyas. We cannot see, we cannot find it easily. Another is avidusha sannyas, the person who don't have knowledge of Brahman, but still they are taking sannyas just to get prepared for that. Like you are saying, when I can become Gyan Yogi, at what point, how can we know? So this we can never know, but we can always try to get that stage, and for that people take avidusha sannyas. But as you said, we have responsibility of our families, children and all. Then we have to become karma yogi. If you have responsibility, then you have to fulfill all your responsibilities. If you are if you are going away from the responsibility, that is wrong. And that's what Bhagwan is teaching to Arjuna. You are Kshatriya and you have to fight, because the Kurukshetra, the war is ready here, and you have to fight against Kauravas. You cannot go away. He is also saying the same. Bhaiksha me piha loke. I can get bhiksha and I can live my life. But he's saying no, you cannot live. For Jnana Yogi, you have to practice. But Karma Yoga, you cannot just leave all your responsibilities as it is. Ji.
Okay. Thank you so much. See, you take my own example. I'm 72-year-old. The children are settled, grandchildren are there. I'm of course taking care of my husband and all. Can at some point of time say that I want to go away to Himalayas, or I want to discard this family life? Do I have a right?
You have right now, because your sannyas ashram has started, but still you have certain limitation of your body, because our bodies, we have not practiced throughout our life. So our body cannot survive in the Himalayas. So karshayanta sharirastham bhuta gramam achetasa. In 17th chapter, Bhagwan said, if we are harming our bodies for the spiritual practice, that is wrong. So if we are comfortable, our body is comfortable, so at your home only we can practice.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless.
Shobha Pant, you have it. Shobha Pant Didi, you can.
Jai Shri Krishna. In this chapter, I could understand the Vidhayak karma sanctioned by our scriptures and gurus or society, and Nishiddha karmas banned by scripture, society or gurus, like that. But I couldn't understand the difference between karma, what is akarma and vikarma.
Akarma and vikarma.
Vikarma, karma, vikarma and akarma.
We have like 2-3 terminology here: akarma, vikarma, and as you said, akarma, vikarma, and karma. So karma, when we are simply doing there are different contexts, and according to context, these terminology will change. So when we are talking in Gita, what is karma, what is akarma, what is vikarma? So karma is simply doing your karma. You are from morning to night you are doing your karma, and akarma is used for the atma. So atma is akarma. Why it is akarma? Because as a atma we cannot do anything because it is nirvikari. Now it is akarma when atma is doing certain karma through the body, through the mind, through the intellect. We are doing, atma is connected. It is not directly connected, but through the antakarana it is connected. So when other people are seeing, they think that atma is doing karma, but in reality atma is doing nothing. So that is akarma of atma. It feels like atma is doing, but it is not doing anything. And vikarma is vishishta karma. So a special kind of karma is vishishta karma, vikarma. And according to context, the meaning will always change. In the Bhagavad Gita only, for if you see fourth chapter, karmanya karma deha pashyeda karmani cha karma yaha, and then you have 18th chapter, and then in other chapters also there is mention of these terminology, so it will change according to the shlokas.
Okay. Special Vishishta karma is vikarma.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna. Thank you.
Sukanya, Jai Shri Krishna, Sukanya Didi, you can ask a question. Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. Can you name few people who are karma yogis and who are jnana yogis?
Oh, see. So karma yogi is, as I told, karma yogi when we are doing our karma just for the sake of Bhagwan. And I am doing my karma for Bhagwan Shri Krishna or for society. I don't want anything in return. That is karma yoga. Gyan yoga, we are not even doing karma. Even we in karma yoga, we have this feeling that I am doing karma, but I'm doing for Bhagwan. I'm doing for society. In Gyan yoga, we think tattvaviddu mahabaho guna karma vibhagayo guna guneshu vartante iti matva na sajjate. So person is the Gyan yogi people, they think that guna guneshu even I am not doing karma. In karma yoga we have this bhan that I am doing karma. In Gyan yoga we think I am not doing karma. Everything is done by prakriti. Guna guneshu vartante. All sattva rajo and sattva raj and tamo gunas. These three gunas are doing karma. I am not doing karma. So that is the difference, major difference between karma yoga and jnana yoga.
Okay.
But thinking about jnana yoga is very tough because we don't have that level, we don't have that stage now. We haven't realized how the jnana yogi will think, because if someone is doing some karma, how can they say only body is doing, I'm not doing anything? But they have that feeling, they have that experience. We don't have, so we cannot think that point.
Okay. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, is he a karma yogi or a jnana yogi?
Sorry, Ramakrishna Param.
Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Is such people fall under jnana yogis?
Yes, he is called Gyan Yogi. Now we cannot define who is Gyan Yogi and who is not Gyan Yogi. But many times when we read about him, it feels like he is Gyan Yogi because so many incidents of his life. If you read him deeply, you will understand.
Okay. Jai Shri Krishna Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Dr. Geeta Bhatt, Didi? Yes.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. This karma yoga is too many questions actually comes, because main part our life we are here to do our duty. If we think we are here to do our duty, there are so many contradictions. Like if we are able to do one thing, something else we may not be able to do. How do we prioritize? And first we have to take care of ourselves to do all other duties.
Yes.
Which, for the family or society or whatever. We have our own limitations. How do we prioritize the
like Ashu Bhaiya tells always when he speaks about this question, so he has certain like some certain circle. First we have our body. So first we have to take care of our body, first priority. Because if our body is healthy, then only we can take care of other people. Then next circle is our family. Another circle is our friends and more like relatives and all the colleagues. And then third circle is society. And then we have nation, and then we have the entire world. So like that, we should give the priority.
Okay. And certain times it keeps coming to our mind, whatever we think, whether this is only one life we have. So we have to do something which we want to do if there is no punarjanma, or, so how to overcome that, or how to,
No, I didn't get exactly.
like the general saying goes, like, we have only one life. So at that, when that question comes to mind, you sometimes.
To everyone, even I was thinking, if we have only one life, in one life, how much we can gain? But when we read the scriptures, when we see the references, we understand that there is not only one life, there are many lives. And it is the continuous process. In this life, whatever we learn, so all the spiritual sadhana will go with us in the next life. Shariram yadavapnoti yacha kramati ishvara. So Vayur Gandha Nivasaya. So like air taking some things from at one place, the fragrance from other to another place. Similarly, our current sharir or antakaran will also get all the tendencies, all the spiritual sadhana from this life to another life. So whatever practices we are performing here, we will not forget. It will continue to the next life. So we have to think that we don't have only one life. We will just get some break, and then again the journey will start from there only. So we don't have only one life.
Okay, thank you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Lalita ji Didi, you can please ask a question.
जय श्री कृष्ण मैम।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
ललिता क्वेश्चन पूछना मैम।
जी बताएं।
हाँ ओके। वो जनरल क्वेश्चन है मैम। वो मेरा लड़का 9th क्लास में पढ़ता, बहुत सेलफोन में गेम्स बहुत खेलता। वो स्कूल से आया, स्कूल छुट्टी है बोलता उसमें ही लगा रहता, मॉर्निंग से लेके नाइट तक। वो मैं बोलती हूँ उसको बस थोड़ी देर खेल के रख दो, तो नहीं सुनता। वो वही होना, उसको गेम्स इज गेम। फिर दूसरे गेम्स थोड़ी देर देख के बंद कर देना, वो दूसरे एक्टिविटीज में और रहना। बोल तो क्या करना मैम? क्या कैसे बोलना बच्चे को?
इसके लिए एक तो हम लोगों का ये रहता है, जैसे हम लोग बाल संस्कार शिविर करते हैं, बच्चों के लिए स्पेशल कैंप्स करते हैं। तो उसमें जो हम लोगों की पद्धति है कि हम बच्चों को टाइम टेबल दें। तो बच्चों से हम कहेंगे कि आप टाइम टेबल बनाइए, तो वो उतना अच्छे से बनाते नहीं है या तो उसको फॉलो नहीं करते हैं। टाइम टेबल बनाकर भी पेरेंट्स को देना चाहिए, और पेरेंट्स को ही फॉलो अप करना चाहिए कि हुआ या नहीं हुआ, किस टाइम पर क्या करना है। तो खेलने का भी उनको टाइम देना चाहिए अलग से। इवन हम लोग भी पर्सनल लाइफ में बहुत सारी चीजें करते हैं, तो उसको टाइम टेबल हिसाब से ही करते हैं कि इतना टाइम पढ़ना है, इतना टाइम कुछ अदर एक्टिविटी में इन्वॉल्व होना है। तो टाइम टेबल अगर पेरेंट्स बनाकर देंगे और उसको पेरेंट्स ही फॉलो अप करवाएंगे, तो वो बेस्ट हो सकता है। तो ऐसे ही बाल संस्कार केंद्रों में हम बच्चों को देते हैं दैनंदिनी बनाकर, और फिर उनसे एवरी वीक हम भरवा कर लेते हैं। तो नाइट में वो सोते समय दे टिक कि क्या क्या उन्होंने किया और क्या क्या नहीं। तो ये हम लोग ट्राई कर सकते हैं, क्योंकि इसका एक ही रास्ता है। अदरवाइज मोबाइल तो सबके इम्पोर्टेंट भी है कहीं ना कहीं, वो पढ़ाई के लिए भी, तो उनसे एकदम ले भी नहीं सकते हैं। तो टाइम टेबल को खुद से फॉलो करवाना ही, और बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट ना हो, थोड़ा बहुत उनको खेलने भी दें और थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ने दें। बोर्ड्स है तो बोर्ड्स में भी अगर 6 आवर्स अगर बच्चे पढ़ रहे हैं तो वो बहुत अच्छा मार्क्स ला, बहुत प्रेशराइज करने की जरूरत नहीं है। 6 आवर्स से ज्यादा पढ़ने की बहुत रिक्वायरमेंट नहीं।
ओके थैंक यू।
और इसका आंसर है भी संजय भैया का एक आर्टिकल आने वाला है न्यूज़लेटर में, गीता मैत्री विद इन 1 मंथ। we will launch. तो उसमें भी आप उनका आर्टिकल पढ़िएगा, बहुत अच्छे से उन्होंने इसका आंसर दिया।
Okay.
जय श्री कृष्ण। श्री विद्या जी।
Jai Shri Krishna Didi, I have two questions. One is for stepping the ladder, the first then will be the Karma Yoga, then Jnana Yoga, and then Ashtanga Yoga, right?
No, actually, Ashtang, see, there are like 6 different philosophies. So Ashtang Yoga is a part of yoga philosophy. So if we compare Vedant and yoga philosophy or the other philosophy, then it will come like that. So Ashtang Yoga and Karma Yoga, they are, these two things are very much connected to each other. Karma Yoga, we are doing all the karma and dedicating to Bhagwan. Ashtanga Yoga, it is also a practice stage. But Jnana Yoga is not the practice stage. We have realized that knowledge. That is Jnana Yoga. Now, Jnana Yoga is also used in different contexts. Sometimes Jnana Yoga is also used when people are taking sannyas. They are going on Jnana Yoga path. So that is also used, but the main Jnana Yoga, like when Bhagwan says in 7th chapter, Chaturvidha Bhajante Mam. So when he mentions Jnani Bhakta, so Jnani Bhakta who has realized, who has experienced all the things, and that's why Bhagwan says Jnani tu Atmaiva me matam. Jnani is my Atma. Jnani is not other than Paramatma. So Jnani stage is the Sadhya stage. Sadhya and Sadhan. Sadhan is like when we are doing practice. So in Ashtanga Yoga and Karma Yoga, at both the level we are doing practice. And Jnana Yoga is the Lakshya or the main goal. So Jnana Yoga is goal.
But in Ramana Maharshi case, that he didn't gain any knowledge at the age of 17. He just went to Arunachalam and just sat and himself. So that we cannot call it as an like he got the self-realization just by closing the eyes, like after getting.
By reading scriptures, we can never get knowledge. The scriptures are like the practice. We are trying to read the things Aham Brahmasmi Tattvamasi, but we are 1,000 times we are uttering the same words which we cannot realize. Bhagavad Gita, maybe you are doing daily Parayan morning and night, but we cannot realize the shlokas. Realization only happens when our mind, because we have already all the realization inside us. The only thing we have impurities, which because of which we are not able to experience that. So when these impurities are getting away, then slowly we can experience the things. So by reading scriptures, doing Ashtanga Yoga and Karma Yoga, all these things are to just remove our impurities. Once the impurities are removed, we can realize.
So in at any stage, we can then get a liberation, like of once the impurities are removed, either karma yoga or gnana, this thing. And this Sadhaka Sanjeevani, I just purchased the book. It's too vast, Didi. Like by the time I could read that, that Geeta Pariwar family goes to the. Now I'm started with Bhakti Yoga. Like so much is there. Like listening is so easy, but it's so depth. So what best you can help? Like, can you just give me an suggestion?
Like Ashu Bhaiya says, because I'm taking all these examples because I just listen his translation. So according to him, so you can fix or you can fix the pages. These pages I will complete 4 pages daily, 5 pages daily, or half an hour, 1 hour daily. So like this, you can fix the thing. That is only the way. And Swamiji says we can also learn how to skip the thing. Sometimes some topics we cannot understand easily, and it's a lot of time. So it is better to just leave that topic, and maybe when you meet to Ashu Bhaiya or some other people, you can discuss.
Yeah, which chapter to start, Didi? Just starting.
You
12th.
can start with
Bhakti Yoga. Bhakti Yoga. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Didi, Jai Shri Krishna. You can unmute and ask your question, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
My question is related to my listening only, Didi, because I have a disabled child. is these disabled children born due to their past karma fal?
Yes, your voice actually it is not properly coming. Can you remove headphone? Would be better.
Due to their karma fal?
Okay, can you repeat the question again?
The disabled kids. Okay. Usually people say that they are born due to their karma fal or due to their mother's karma fal. I don't believe in that. I take it in another way that God has chosen myself. I am taking an example of myself where God has chosen me to take care of such a disabled children because God had a faith in me that I'll take care of the child. So what is your opinion about it, Didi?
There are different levels of like answers. So one, if we are purely believing in karma theory, then it is the karma follow of child of previous karma. Maybe in previous lives he has done something which because of which he is getting this result. So mother is not responsible for this situation. But there are another aspects also because everything we cannot know what happened in previous life. Maybe this is something which he really wanted to be like that before the sadhana. There could be so many reasons and so many things, so we cannot tell only one thing that this is the reason and this is why it happened. There can be many relations, like because of mother wanted some child to take care like this, and she wanted to do seva, so maybe Bhagwan has done something like that. So there can be many things, but if we are only seeing the karma theory, then it is the responsibility of that child only. Maybe this is just because of his previous karma.
Okay.
Ajit ji.
Ajit Bhaiya ji, yes. If possible, you can turn on the video, Bhaiya ji. Otherwise, please go ahead and ask the question. Yeah.
Jai Shri Krishna, Didi.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Didi, Lord Krishna says you have to be a karma yogi throughout your life. But now what happens? The karma yogis who continue to work or dedicatedly for their work, they end up with very agonizing situations. And for doing the good karma, the credit will be always taken by cunning people. Right? That is the situation commonly arises nowadays.
Ajit ji, your voice is not very clear. I'm getting little bit, but not entirely. Can you just remove your headphones?
Yes.
So,
Yes, Didi. I just one minute.
Can you repeat your question?
Didi, just now. Lord Krishna says that you should continue to be a karma yogi throughout your life. But the karma yogis, in spite of doing their karma with utmost dedication, right? They will be in under some agonizing situations, and whatever good karma has been done by them, often the credit will be grabbed by the cunning people who are actually non-doers. So, but the karma yogis, they continue to work very sincerely without expecting anything, but the credit will be grabbed by the cunning people. So how to should we remain karma yogi or should we change?
We should be remain karma yogi, because whatever we are doing, even if we are not getting instant credit, but maybe in future we will get the credit, we will get the result. Because if we believe in karma theory, then if we are doing a single karma, any karma if we are doing, that means we are going to get the result in future. Or maybe in past we have not done something and we got the reward, and for that maybe we are doing karma. So we are not getting credit. And the second thing, like cunning people are getting our credit, so it is wrong actually. Maybe they have done some karma in previous lives and in previous time, but they did not get any reward, and now they are getting reward for that karma. So without doing anything, nobody gets anything. So even the Ravan who had all the powers, who had all the things, he also did the tapas, and because of that tapas he got the power, he got the money. So nobody gets anything for free, everyone has to pay. So for karma yogi also, for cunning people also, if they are getting if people are appreciating them, admiring them, that means they have done something good, maybe in previous life, not now.
You mean we should continue to work with utmost dedication and sincerity without expecting anything?
Yes, without
Jai
expecting.
Shri Krishna ji. Jai Shri Krishna ji.
If any other sadhakas have any questions, please do raise your hand and turn on the video. Otherwise, we will move towards concluding the session.
We don't have any question answer session. Question more. We don't have any more questions. So now we have 8:30 p.m. We have our Geeta Sevi Bani, be a Geeta volunteer session, and everyone, all the volunteers will join, and also from 11 departments, 11 different volunteers will join, and they will represent their department. So they will give a presentation which they have prepared for 1 week, last 1 week. So you must join and enjoy the session, and maybe we will get how to give seva in Geeta Pariwar, how you can become a Geeta volunteer, a Geeta warrior. So you just try to join 8:30 p.m. today, after 1 or 2 hours maybe.
Thank you, Kavita ji Didi, for emphasizing the importance of today's Geeta Sevi, how to become a Geeta Sevi, Geeta warrior session. Yes, we request all the sadhakas, please do tune in. And thank you, Kavita ji Didi, for clarifying all the questions from our sadhakas so beautifully. And thank you for all the participants. I just want to take a minute to thank today's Techno Star, Paushali Ghosh Didi, for coordinating the session so beautifully, and our technical team, all the Geeta trainers, mentors, sevis, and all the devotees who attended this session. Please let us continue our Geeta sadhana, and let us attend these sessions to enrich our spiritual knowledge. May Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā be our life guide. Let us do the prarthana before we conclude the session, to thank Bhagavan Shri Krishna for guiding us all along and for making this session successful. To do the prarthana, we have Shri Venugopal Vallaji with us. Venugopal Bhayaji has an engineering degree in electronics and has an MBA in operations management, and is a marine ship technician and electrical supervisor with over 24 years of sales service experience. He is the owner of a startup establishment, Fluxons Electric Private Limited in Mumbai. Vaidya is actively associated with many religious organizations, and he joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2024, and he is giving Geeta as a technical assistant. Jai Shri Krishna, Venugopal Bhayaji. I request you to recite the prarthana. Please unmute Bhayaji, and then please say the prarthana.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna.
Yogesham Satchidanandam Vasudevam Vrajapriyam Dharma Samstapakam Veeram Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Shri Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Jai Shri Krishna.
Krishna. Thank you so much, Venugopal Bhayaji. Before we conclude today's Vivechan session, let us all recite Hanuman Chalisa and seek the blessings of Lord Hanumanji.
Shri Guru Charan Saroj Raja Nij Manu Mukuru Sudhari Baran Raghubar Bimal Jasu Jodayaku Phalachari Buddhihin Tanu Janiki Sumirau Pavan Kumar Bala Buddhi Vidya Devu Mohi हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीसति लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे, कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, बिकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर सहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्षि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत ही सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावै, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावै। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा, राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु, लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू। प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माही, जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहै तुम्हारी सरना, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज सम्हारो आपै, तीनों लोक हाकते कापै। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवै, महावीर जब नाम सुनावै। नासै रोग हरै सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावै, मन क्रम बचन ध्यान जो लावै। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावै, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावै। चारों जुग परताप तुम्हारा है, प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटई मिटई सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूटहि बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुरभूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय।
जय हनुमान, जय श्रीराम, जय श्री कृष्ण। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु। सर्वं श्री कृष्णार्पणमस्तु। Thank you.